Okay, I'm going to show you how to make that arc again because I got cut off there. So I'm going to make an arc. Grab the arc tool. Remember, it's the center point arc. And it says, when you hover, it says click to indicate the starting center point, and then the starting point, and then the end point. So let's click on it. First, the center, and then drag it out until, somewhere. And then click, but don't click where there's any constraints. So make sure you're not like locked onto this vertical or onto the circle. If it turns yellow, you don't want that. Any of these points here that turn yellow. We just want to be out somewhere in space here. So click and then move it around. And again, don't stop where it's going to place a constraint. Just hover somewhere out in space. Okay? Now, grab your dimension tool, click on it. It's going to say, well, what radius do you want? And we want, if we look over here, we want a radius of the d divided by 4. So let's do that. Click your d. I want that. Divided by 4. There it is. Okay. Now, let's just mirror that one over to the other side. So grab your mirror tool. And if you didn't go as far as I did, or you went further than I did with your arc, don't worry about it right now. We can always change that. So let's grab the mirror tool, select the mirror line. Now the entity to be mirrored, and it does that. Cool. Now let's do this bottom guy here. So that has a radius of d over 10. So let's come back over here, grab our arc, center point arc, center it here, and then I'm going to start like up here. Make sure there's no constraints, no yellows showing up. Click, move around, no yellows again, and click. Now dimension that to have a radius of d over 10. So click d over 10. Sweet. Now you just got to put these straight lines on it, and there's going to be something funky up here. So let's put the straight lines on, and I'm just going to put one out here and make it kind of long. Make sure just a line, no constraints on it. And then let's now put these constraints on it. Tangent. Let's make this line tangent to this arc. Boom. And then again, click, make sure your tangent tool is still active. Line to the arc down here. So it's now tangent here and tangent here. Cool. Let's trim some stuff now. Grab your trim tool. Get rid of this part and that part and that part. Sweet. Now we can also mirror that line over to the other side. So grab your mirror tool, select the mirror line, and the entity to be mirrored. There it is. Now we have an enclosed region because it just turned gray. Sweet. Let's trim some more stuff. Go grab your trim tool. If yours didn't cross here, don't worry about it. I'm just going to trim this guy out. Yeah, if yours didn't turn gray right now, don't worry. It's probably because these aren't touching up here. Get rid of that guy. Get rid of that. Oh, I think you can still, let's see, let me escape. I bet you can still grab that. Yeah, at any time, you can take your arc and make it bigger or smaller, by the way. So if you're, if this was over here, it's not an enclosed region. If you want it enclosed, move it like that. I'm going to start trimming all these guys out of here. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Oh, and these points, I don't need those either. So hit escape, grab it, delete, delete, point, delete, point, delete. All right, we're almost there. One more.